Morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Human Blueprint 14-day challenge. Yesterday, we talked about energy and nutrition. May be a little bit overwhelming for some people, especially if this has never been. It's never been something that you've actively tracked or become aware of before. Okay, if so, take it easy. Remember, just 5 minutes a day. Just track your breakfast. And then, just create that momentum. Next day, track your breakfast and lunch. Just break it down, make it simple. If you don't keep consistent, then it's overcomplicated. Make it simple. Yeah, fit it into that 5-minute habit if that helps, and see if you can start to create a little habit around it and just start to track a little bit each day. Okay, so don't get overwhelmed. If it is, just let me know, and take it easy. Be gentle on yourself. Okay, and it's just shining a light of where we're at, because yesterday is how we bring energy in. Today, we're going to talk about how we put energy out. And this is why they link together and why I really want to share this belief, untangle this belief with you. Again, another light bulb moment. This is another one for me that really, really helps. So today, we're going to untangle the belief that we have to train 5 or 6 times a week, 2 hours a day down the gym. Okay. Not true. Let's take the pressure off right now. And I hope just me saying that does. Okay. Training doesn't have to be like that. And exercise and movement really doesn't have to be like that. I have other videos which I go into this. This is something I'm really, really passionate about. And actually tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to showing you that as well. I just get excited doing this. What we're going to, or how we're going to bring movement into our life. So today, let's get into it. What I'm going to focus today on, to start with, is the negatives of this belief. Now, I don't always like starting with a negative, but what I want to do is show you that if we do have this belief, maybe you'll resonate with some of these feelings, because I did. This is how I felt. I had lots of pressure on myself. My training contradicted other goals because I believed I had to be 100% to get somewhere, and I had to do it 5 or 6 times a week. If I didn't, then it would be a failure. So I put that as a priority over other things when other times of my life were really busy, like work or elements. There might be something that's going on. You might be moving house, as an example. However, that's going to take energy, and we need to be realistic with that and recognize that we need to have energy for other areas of our life. I didn't. I prioritized this far too much. It took my energy. It fatigued me. It caused me to overwhelm, and it contradicted so many other goals of my life. And these are the negatives, right, that I felt. And you may feel this too. You may not. Okay, that's your experience. But these were mine that I felt, and I don't feel this anymore. And we don't want none of this. Okay, so we're going to say goodbye to it at the start of this slide because it's not necessary. But what I do want to say, I'm not saying don't train. Do train. If you exercise, brilliant. Okay, explore what your body can do. Yeah, listen to what your body can do. Move for the sake of moving, and actually express yourself in the way that you want, but not because you have to, not because you need to be successful, but because it's a fundamental part of being a human being. We move, we can play, we can enjoy this experience. Okay, not saying don't train. If you do train, excellent. If it's already part of your lifestyle, excellent. If you want it to be part of your life, excellent. Okay, but you don't have to create a healthy lifestyle, is what I'm saying. So we can take the pressure off and do it from the inside out and not the outside in. That's how we're going to bring it together. So we're going to bring it right back to how we, as a human being, spend energy. Okay, I know I'm just getting a bit excited then, so I'm going to slow down, chill out. Relax. Okay, so now I'm going to show this in a bit more of a calm way. How do we, as a human being, spend our energy? Now, there's a few little, I get stuck on this word every time. See these things with words that are shortened. On the last video, I called them anagrams, but they're not. And I forget every time what they are. So please insert correct word here. We have BMR, basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of energy that we burn as a human being at rest, our basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories, the amount of fuel, the amount of energy we need to be alive, the functioning of our heart and our muscles and our cognition and just being alive, okay? We have our EAT, EAT, our exercise activity thermogenesis. This is another proportion of our energy expenditure. This is all the exercise that we do, all the conscious efforts we make to move. This is this section. NEAT, which stick an N in it because we're super creative, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all the energy we expend when we're going about our daily business, when we walk into work, when we are on the phone, when we're chopping our food, etc., etc. This is the non-exercise activity, the amount of energy we use here. We have TEF, the thermal effect of food. Some of the energy that we use goes into the digestion process. It's a very energy dense system. Imagine we take really big macro food and we break it down into tiny parts so it can pass our gut wall. That takes a lot of energy, you know, and I don't think we ever put awareness into that, but that takes a lot of energy, and it's part of how we spend energy. And TDEE, which naturally should be right at the top, is our total daily energy expenditure. So these here, the first four, whatever word you put in that slot is, they add up to the TDEE. So our total daily energy expenditure is an equation, is all these added up. I'm struggling on this slide today, sorry guys, is added all up. So this is how we spend our energy. So before we move to the next slide, I have a question for you. Out of 100%, how much do you think each of these requires? Like, how much percentage of your energy is related to each one of these? So BMR, EAT, NEAT, and TEF. I'll give you a few seconds. Right, okay, if you need extra time, pause it, just have a think, but generally have a think. What do you think this is? Okay, because what we're going to unravel here is why we don't need to exercise as much as we think. Okay, here we are. Right, now this is the graph of our TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. Our BMR equates 70% of our energy consumption per day. That's huge, right? So that leaves only 30%. Right, and then here, our NEAT, they've got it here 15%, arguably 10%, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, 10 to 15%. EAT, they've got it 5%, but again, can be 10% depending on how hard you exercise. And then your TEF, thermal effect of food. Can you see, we don't alter our BMR. There's ways that we do it, but consciously, day by day, we don't alter our BMR, right? But we do go down the gym to spend more energy. We're trying to get that energy deficit. And one way we can do that is expend more than we put in. And we put all this energy into our EAT. And as you can see from this graph, there's such a tiny amount. Let's give it 10%. It's still tiny. 10% of your energy goes into your exercise. Right? And we've spent so much time putting pressure on complicated programs, 2 hours of a session, down the gym 6 times a week. Right, for 10% of our energy. And granted, yes, if you do exercise more like that, that will become bigger, but still in the scale of things, it's still a small amount, right? Whereas if we look at our NEAT, which is around the same amount of energy, yet we aren't ever trying to, we don't try for this. This is just stuff that we do. You can see that we can actually increase our energy in our NEAT area rather than our EAT area and get the same amount of results. We can still expend more energy, which is going to bring our energy consumption up and then naturally bring, you know, us close to that fuel deficit if we are trying to lose weight or get to our optimum energy range. How we do this is going to impact, you know, the food that we eat, the nutrients that we put in. So what I'm saying here is that I want you to work on this area. And by increasing your NEAT, you are going to work towards spending more energy, more naturally, more consistently, without feeling the pressure of complicated workouts, without feeling like you have to get down to the gym 5-6 times a week, without contradicting other areas of your life. Why? Because we can do this within our life straight away. Okay, and that's what today's task is all about. Okay, right. If you do want to influence your EAT, like I said, great, exercise is great, but reason why? Because we want to experience ourselves this way, to move naturally as part of being a human being, not because we have to, okay? And if we do have a target for losing weight or bringing our energy consumption to a more balanced, healthy way, then one way we can do it is NEAT. So your training doesn't burn as much as you think. So we're going to improve other areas. We're going to improve our NEAT. Later in the Human Blueprint course, I will show you how we can add muscle to our body through certain training to increase our BMR, which naturally increase our 70%, our basal metabolic rate, which is another method that I work with on performance. But for now, we're just going to work on this. So I hope you see that by improving this, we can take the pressure off here. And if we do any of that, it's for enjoyment, and it's going to add up as well. We're going to create that momentum and consistency. So increase your NEAT, everybody. Now, how do we do that? Okay, there's a form attached, so I want you to fill that in. But what is our NEAT? Let's just do it for our task. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. How can we improve that? Okay, when we go to work, when we park the car, park as far away as you can, within reason. I mean, park at the other side of the car park, okay, and walk. That extra little bit of distance is going to add up. Okay, don't take the lift, take the stairs. When you're on the phone, do you sit down or do you work in circles? That's right, I walk in circles. My mum used to say, "Oh, you're going to burn a bloody hole in the carpet." So I think I did. I can't sit still. And little did my mum know that I was increasing my NEAT. I don't think I knew then either. However, it's a great little technique. If you're on the phone, just go get some fresh air. Go have a little walk, go have a gander while talking on the phone and get your NEAT up, okay? There's so many ways that we can do this within our life. So this is today's task, get our NEAT up. Okay, so how can we do this? What about when you're having a cup of tea? When your kettle's boiling, what do you do? Okay, we've got 2 minutes there while waiting. Can you stand on one leg? Can you do a little bit of exercise? Can you shake? Can you move? Can you stretch? What about when you're washing up? Maybe, I don't know why washing up popped in my head there, but there we go. Let's try and increase your NEAT there. Think of all the areas in your life that you can start to increase this energy expenditure. And remember that little 5 minutes, we can either plan it there, or we can add a NEAT into that habit. Or if you have areas of your life that you can add on a little habit of NEAT, then great. Okay, like I say, like parking at the far end of the car park, taking the stairs. What is really brilliant about this task is that as you share, and I really encourage you to share on this task, you're going to share yours, and if everybody does it, we've got quite a few in the group now, you're going to have a whole catalogue of ways you can increase your NEAT. So nick everybody's, you know, the more we put in together, the more you're going to support other people. So fill in the form, increase your NEAT, and realize that you can increase your energy expenditure without slugging it down the gym 5-6 times a week. Okay, out and breathe. Lots of love, everyone. I hope you enjoy this one, because this is a real light bulb moment. I'll see you in the group and tomorrow morning.